In the late 1800s, early 1900s, there was a French painter, Edward Degas, who was famous for a number of things. First, he was famous for his paintings. And secondly, he became completely infamous for the lack of authenticity of some of the forgeries that were produced based on his paintings. One of the most forged painters in history. And to his fans, though, he was famous for taking paintings that they had bought from him off of their wall and fixing them. What he would do is, he'd see the painting, he just couldn't stop on a painting that was already finished. What should have been finished. He took that painting and he kept working on it and took it over the edge. In any performance scenario, you can prep it, work it to an edge. You can set your prep up to here, and then once you overcook it, you're gone. And the painting in this case then is wrecked. One extra stroke kills the painting. It's very difficult to get athletes to stop training, but they have to. They have to stop, come down, rest. Painters have to stop before they take it over the edge. The same thing happens with coaches or managers. I saw a team head out last Saturday to the Olympics that had been overdone, cooked. There's a time and a place where you can do the technical preparations, put teams together, take them apart, but that needed to be done by middle of January. And here we are, early February. That window of opportunity has passed, and the team needed to come down and settle, and it wasn't settled. And so it's, I think, damaged because it hasn't been allowed to settle. Teams were not put in place, people didn't make a decision, tinker, 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 keep going. This happens constantly, a huge coaching error. And I saw this last year when I was brought in by a choreographer to analyze the failure of her dance team to perform at a major dance competition in Europe. It came down to the same thing. She worked a technical program, a complicated program, too far in to the phase, or the performance phase, and she took it over the edge and ran it right up to the day of the performance. Needed to be a downtime, needed to be a break, come down, settle, and then perform. And probably the best example that most people know is of the student who crams for their exams through the night, gets up in the morning, walks into the exam room, and then falls asleep on the exam. Wakes up, hasn't written a thing. There needs to be a break. And one of the key skills in coaching, and maybe one of the biggest secrets in coaching, is that there comes a point in time where you stop coaching from a technical perspective. You have to stop. And that's before you get to the competition. It needs to be a down. Too many coaches are Edward Degas. The teams need to be figuratively chained to the wall so they can't be fixed. There's a point in time when fixing them just wrecks them. Stop. Give your team a break, let them settle, then go to the big performance. Same if you're going to a meeting. You're running to the meeting, going hard, you're late. You don't run right into the meeting. Give yourself a couple of minutes even to settle, stop your head, wake up to the meeting, and then go into the meeting. Give yourself a shot at having a great meeting by giving yourself a small interregnum, a little break. If you don't have that in your repertoire, performance repertoire, put it in.